Hello, guys. Welcome to Querying Science, Theology, Philosophy, and Spirituality. This is the LGBTQ Center for Science, Philosophy, Theology, and Spirituality. And today we are having reflections, and we are reflecting about the reflecting. I was thinking to myself about knowledge, and I noticed, I also think of the Tower of Babel. Forever, I'm thinking of the Tower of Babel, and I still have time to do my series, and the series about ancient Babylon and modern Babylon. The fact that we have forever, the world is Babylon, and we'll talk about that. Of course, Babylon means gate of God. It doesn't mean confusion. That was the Hebrew definition of what happened in Babylon. But its original name is the gate of God. Now, the tower of the gate of God. The tower of the gate of science. The tower of the gate of truth. What does this mean? These guys built a very tall tower. It is said it was so tall, in fact, we can dare say it was the first skyscraper. And the first skyscraper to be built in the world. And it was not finished, which is a very weird thing. I mean, it would have been around, but it's understandable. Maybe the materials were so cheap, and that's why it was not tall. But nonetheless, it says God confused them, blah blah blah. But that's not my point. My point was, knowledge is like a skyscraper. And in a skyscraper, like this skyscraper, look at how beautiful it is. I think Amazon want to build something like that. And the a skyscraper has floors. You see, it has floors. Now, some offices will be in the first floor, but the other offices at the top of the building, of the skyscraper. Now, a human being is, when it comes to knowledge, a human being is like a person who goes through every floor and every room in the skyscraper. And when the moment you're born as a baby, you're born, you are now entering the world that has a skyscraper, a tall skyscraper called knowledge. And it's like you're given a race. You're born. The moment you're born, you're told you are going to die when you're 70 years old. Do what you want. So there are some babies who will stay in the first floor for the rest of their 70 years, and they die. And they have never gone to the other 99 floors. Yes. There are some babies who will go through every floor and finish at the 78th floor. And they've done the rooms. Then there are other babies, they will finish the skyscraper, the 100 floors, and they will die at 70 years old. So what am I trying to say? Human beings, when it comes to knowledge, some of us have a lot of data about many things. Others don't have. And it's a fact. People die with different data levels. Even, do you know fridges keep data? The data the refrigerator keeps is food. That's the data. Every fridge keeps data. Food is data because it has chemicals, which is data. It can be analyzed. It can be datarized. Let's create a new word. Yes, it can be datarized. Data can be got from your mango in the fridge, your milk. You can know the quality of the milk. So that is datarization. So when I thought about this, I said, wow, this is beautiful. Then I also applied it to the understanding of human beings, countries. You see, the first world is a country that has reached the top of the skyscraper. That's a first world country. And the third world countries are countries which are still at the bottom floor. They have not finished the building. They have not finished the skyscraper. So you find countries that have not finished the skyscraper, they still struggle in keep giving people water services, health services, and all of these things. So every country is in a race to reach the top of the skyscraper. So you have to have, as a country, you have to have strategies to reach to the top very fast. This is why Asia is almost reaching the top. It's not yet at the top, but they almost reached the top. They are almost reaching the top because they got strategies and tactics that made them reach there fast than Africa. Africa still has a lot of problems, and so getting to the top of the skyscraper is not very easy, but it's getting there. It's not that, you see, the goal of every country is to reach the top of the skyscraper. So even if you take 1,000 years, you will get there. Yes. So that's why Africa is, there's hope. There's hope all over the world, because as long as we are around, we will get to the top. The question is, since everyone is going to get to the top, who gets there first? So there are some countries, they have got there first. The West, most Western countries have reached the top of the skyscraper, and they are living, they now have a system that understands very many things. That's why healthcare is working, social amenities are working. It's because they have reached the top. But that's the opposite for Africa. But it's not that it's a gloomy story for Africa. Africa's problem is an issue of time. That's what you need to understand. And how I encourage Africa is time to accelerate knowledge, accelerate, time to rise up. All right, so now, leave alone countries. Let's conclude the video because it's a reflection. We don't talk much in reflections. We just leave you to think. Now, imagine nuclear science is on the first floor, physics is on the second floor, philosophy is on the third floor, arts is on the fifth floor, music is on the sixth floor. So every floor, imagine every floor to be every science in the world. Now some people have covered 3/4 of the floors. That means they are very educated and they know a lot about something. Others just have covered 2 floors, but they are very good at the 2 floors, You find a nuclear scientist, he is extremely good at nuclear science. But when you throw him an artwork, he is not even bothered. Or when you give him biology, he doesn't even know a thing. So you have to understand humans are very diverse. There are some who are so good at the few flaws they have. Yes, that's why no human is useless. Every human is important because they have the data they have, they know it very well. Some people have more data and know more, but it doesn't mean they don't need the person who has little data, because that person who has little data on something that that the person who has more data doesn't have. And so what I'm encouraging you to do, finish the floors of the skyscraper. Now the skyscraper can also be science, it can also be religion. So your goal is to finish all the floors, and that's the goal of QSTPS. We want to finish religion, understand every religion in the world. We want to understand every philosophy in the world. We want to understand every scientific subject in the world. That is our goal. Because the more you know, the more powerful you are. So you are in a power center. This is an empowerment center. Hallelujah. And I want to finish with Bill Nye. His quote, a very famous quote about being happy with everybody. You can get everybody anything from anybody. I love this. Everyone you will ever meet knows something you don't. And that's the truth of the matter. Everybody knows something you don't. Everyone. So do not underestimate anybody you meet. There is something you will learn from that person. And I love Bill Nye for that quote. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us.